I absolutely hate the ring my fiancé proposed with, and I wish I could just suck it up and wear it forever, but it's so hideous and I have no idea how to tell him that. A wonderful thing happened this past weekend, which is that my boyfriend, 27M, of 5 years proposed to me, 26F. It was extremely romantic and I couldn't have planned something better myself. I'm over the moon right now, except for one thing. My ring. When my fiancé and I first started to talk seriously about getting engaged, I told him that we could choose a ring together, or he could ask me questions about my preferences and look through my existing jewelry to get an idea of what styles of rings I like, roughly 25 rings. He wanted it to all be a surprise, so he opted for the latter. I was a bit nervous because I can be picky when it comes to jewelry, but I trusted that he would have enough resources and knowledge to make a wonderful choice. The only guidelines I gave him were nothing pink, no blue sapphires, and no diamonds. As it turns out, I hate the ring. Not just in it's not really my style, but it'll grow on me way, but in a wow, this is ugly and I would never wear it way. I feel absolutely awful for thinking this, but I can't help it. My issues with it. 1. It's huge and gaudy. Like the sort of rings you see old women wearing. 2. It's in the shape of a heart. I dislike heart-shaped jewelry, which is why I never owned any until now. And 3. It's amber. I'm a fan of light or honey-colored amber, but this is way too dark. It's also extremely impractical to have amber be worn as an everyday ring. It's going to become scratched and dull very, very quickly. I just don't understand why in the world he picked this ring out for me. It's not my style at all and it's clear he didn't do any research. If he had, he would have known amber was a poor choice. I'm actually rather hurt by his choice because, to me, it shows a lack of care on his part. The worst part of all is that I have no clue how to broach the subject with him. He and I share everything with each other and have no secrets, so it's doubly hard on me to not only dislike the ring, but to also not be talking to him about this problem like we do with everything else. How can I bring this up without hurting him? I want him to know I love him deeply and that I'm so happy to be engaged, but that the ring needs to be changed. I'm freaking out and need advice badly. Thank you. Edit. Everyone in the comments wants to see what the ring looks like, so here it is. Relevant comments. Commenter, if you're going to spend the rest of your life with this man, you'll need to get comfortable with awkward conversations. Just frame it up as you're worried about the stone's ability to wear for the rest of your life, and you want something you can wear every day. Go together and pick out a new one. I'm sure he tried. OP, we have had many awkward conversations before, believe me. This is a whole different ballpark because of the extremely sensitive subject matter. Even if I frame it in terms of why it's simply impractical, it still doesn't solve my hurt feelings and confusion of his choice. OP responds to a deleted comment. Why is it wrong to be hurt? He completely ignored my tastes and preferences on a ring that I'm intended to wear for the rest of my life. It honestly feels like he pulled a ring out of a hat and thought I guess this is it. When I get him a gift for his car, I do tons of research, ask his friends for suggestions etc. He obviously didn't put the same thought into this gift to me and that hurts. OP replying to someone saying it's hard for men to pick rings. I literally offered to pick it out with him. He didn't have to make the choice alone in the first place. Even with his choice to make it a surprise, he wasn't clueless. He knew what things I didn't like and he knew what I did like by looking through my jewelry collection. He could have talked with my mom or sister to get their opinions on what styles I'd like. He didn't do the research though, and that's why I'm sort of hurt. It seems thoughtless. Update, the next day, I was not expecting yesterday's post to be so popular and I was overwhelmed at how many people responded. In spite of the loads of damn, OP wasn't lying about the ring or the what a shallow BTCH comments, I want to thank you those of you who did give me ideas of how to discuss this very difficult topic with my fiancé. After he arrived home last night and we had dinner, we got onto the couch to cuddle. I knew it was the best time to talk about it, so I started off by telling him how ecstatic I am to be married to him and how much I love the proposal. I then launched into my main point and said I'm so sorry to do this, but we're going to have to pick a different ring. The amber is going to get destroyed in no time and the ring is just too big for my hand. I kept banging it into everything today as is. It's just an impractical choice in the long run. He immediately looked like he was about to cry, which made me feel terrible. He put his head down and said you don't like it. Just be honest. I admitted that the impracticality of the ring was a very real issue, but that I also didn't like it. I said I'm kind of confused why you picked it because it's nothing like the rest of my stuff and it's absolutely massive. By this point he was crying and said that's the point, I wanted something completely different. All your rings are so plain. I wanted the ring to stand out so everyone would see it and know I love you. I had figured that this was his line of thinking, others guessed as well. I told him that I understood where he was coming from and emphasized that I am so thrilled to be engaged, but that I want the ring to be something that I will like. After all, it will be on my finger for the rest of my life, and that the material needs to be durable in order to stand the test of time. I explained to him how delicate amber is, which he didn't know. He said he picked amber because he liked that there were things inside of it. I asked him if he had thought about what he wanted in a ring before he had bought it. When he said no, that he had just gone to the mall and picked one out, I started to cry. I hadn't planned on crying or telling him I was hurt, but knowing that he didn't research anything about rings or really think about it just really got to me. I tried to explain my hurt feelings as eloquently as possible, but I could tell he felt horrible for it. He said that the whole process really freaked him out and that he regretted not having me pick the ring with him. When it came time to pick, he was overwhelmed by ring choices and went for the most romantic thing he saw. We both cried a lot, needless to say. The talk was very productive though, and it all ended up working out fine. Thankfully, he is the best guy I could ever ask for, just with really crappy taste in jewelry. Which he now recognizes, so he wants us to pick a new ring together this weekend. Top comment: well, that amber ring was pretty horrible, but one thing it had going for it. It wasn't dug out of a grave. Glad it worked out for you, OP.